Part of what our function in community services is to not only help the citizens of Hurst see what we do as a police department, but to do proactive things to get the community involved in what we do. Because the more the community does, the better our job is. You know, they're our eyes and ears. You know, we've got 42, 47 officers on the street any given time throughout the week, where we've got 30,000 citizens. Dr. Hendrickson actually has a business in Hurst, where she's Mid-City Psychology over in Harwood, and she had just simply wanted a security survey. And one of the officers that we have do those is Jimmy Meeks, and he's a very chatty, personal kind of guy. And when they were up there doing the security survey, they got to talking about one of the things he wanted to do was bring security awareness to women in Hurst, and she asked him if there was anything she could do to help. And through their conversations, and he learned a little bit more about her background, both in psychology and in self-defense, and it just kind of meshed from there. And they put together plans for our first Women's Safety Day. We combined information and action. Basically what they did is that they talked about different ways for women to be safe, be careful in parking lots, different safety tips, and then they actually did hands-on training, some basic self-defense stuff that Dr. Hendrickson is also involved in. So she not only spoke and gave pointers that way, but afterwards they got together and they were all in their gis, and of course she's got 2 black belts, so she's not somebody I'd want to mess with. And really, for us to give the community the kind of service that we want to give them, it's impossible to do without volunteers. So when you're looking at our Volunteers in Action or our Citizens Police Academy alumni, they contribute in a way that a lot of people don't, or a lot of cities don't take advantage of. And we've been very fortunate to take advantage of it. But to have somebody like Dr. Hendrickson step up to the plate and give us those kind of special skills and abilities is something that makes, I think that's what makes our department special, because we're able to take advantage of those, and it doesn't hurt our feelings at all to get the citizens involved in that kind of a level. A program like this not only gives people information that helps them to be safe, but they know what to look for, so they can call the police if they see something that they think is out of the ordinary that they might not notice before. But more importantly, they trust in their police department and they spread that word around, so it's very important. But to have somebody like Valette Hendrickson, you know, actually step up and be a major part of a program like this is pretty rare. But she's got a combination of skills that lend itself perfectly to this. And when you're talking about the psychological aspect of women as victims, she can understand that. Not only because she's a woman, but because she's a psychologist. And then you add on the good fortune of her self-defense training, and it just made her a picture perfect for this. In her classes, part of what she talks about is stuff in your purse that you can use just as a weapon, and it's stuff that most people wouldn't even think about, you know. But none of that would do any good if she didn't have the personality that lent itself to getting people to really want to be involved in what she's talking about. And that's the thing I noticed about her really quickly. She's very personable, and people were real quick to warm to her.